All right, well, I'll do the intro this time. Welcome back to episode 12 of the podcast that we haven't been doing every week because we've been busy.
Yep. Well, it's been 3 weeks, so usually it's every other week.
Yeah, so we've been slacking,
behind.
but we've been very busy.
True.
And some of us are doing Movember.
I'm doing, no, Movember is no shave. You technically shave,
No,
right?
no.
Yeah.
It's Movember, you're allowed to shave a mustache. They're the rules.
That's the rules. You have to shave everything but your mustache.
Yeah, you can. You see, obviously, you can't have a mustache in Movember if you don't shave.
Right.
Otherwise, it'd be like some.
I thought it was Movember. You couldn't shave anything at all for the whole month.
Yeah.
Oh.
You can have the mustache. Hence why I have a glorious mustache right now.
Well, I'm not completely shaven.
You look like that all
I
year
just
round.
trimmed,
You look like that all year round.
What?
You look like that all the time.
Well, yeah, true.
So anyway, episode 12. Sorry for the delay. Luke, you always start us with YouTube comments.
Okay.
So
Let's take a look. First comment, 4 upvotes, or likes, I guess.
woo, that's a lot for us.
Hey, Tribizzle, nice voice acting work in the Intel partnership reveal.
Well, see, that's pretty funny because I didn't want to do that.
You did not. We had a fight on that.
I don't know what it is. When you listen to your own voice back, it doesn't actually sound too bad on these podcasts. I can listen to the podcast, but when you listen to your own voice back, it just makes you cringe.
That's true.
And like obviously everybody else watching it would just be like, oh, it's just somebody speaking. But I'm like, God, I sound awful.
Especially if it's like super scripted like that, and I understand.
I didn't want to use it. Those guys did, so I'd let them do what they wanted.
Well, it worked.
So if you guys liked it, fine. I didn't. I would have wanted it just been words, like on the screen.
Yeah.
I did record that at like 4 a.m. after about 8 bourbons, though. So, so
You were feeling it?
I was in the groove. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Well, thank you.
Brody asks, can we expect some good leaks from Super once the stage is done?
Well, the stage is done, and no more leaks.
You say that now, but
No, there'll be no more leaks.
somebody ran on his parade. Okay, we have a very long comment here from Jay. Let me.
You're not wearing your Soniqs t-shirt today. Normally,
I know. I have 2 T-shirts, but I lost one. I can't find the other.
There's a box downstairs. Just go steal some.
Yeah.
You wear a medium, right?
I do wear a medium.
There's plenty in there.
What would it take to get SQR6 team to sign my SQ jersey? Probably hard, because they're all in Vegas. Content. Oh, he has content ideas. Have the coaches of your different teams discuss with each other or ask them questions about their coaching styles and differences. That's actually a pretty unique idea. 2, have players from the different esports teams play games with each other. We have tried that. Trust me, that is very hard.
Yes.
Every team, it's not just the teams. Each individual player runs on their own schedule, which is usually very degenerate. And then when you try and get 2 people to cross over and find times, we have a hard enough time just getting schedules to match up with people in the same team.
Our teams are so spaced out. It's not like they're all in our PUBG team, like Shrimsy and Tig get on really well with Iron from Valorant because they're in the same building and they kind of did stuff. But yeah, it's kind of difficult. Also it's weird. You're on the same organization, but sometimes just not like to mingle. But yeah, I would love to do some cross.
I'm sure there will be in the future.
There will be in the future.
Eventually.
The problem is right now it's so hard because of everything that's going on in the world to get people just to sit down in one place and do it. Because it's not going to be as fun on Discord as it would be like in person.
In person, yeah.
And signing the Rainbow Six jersey when hopefully they open up.
That's true. If you come, I don't know where you live, but if eventually you can go to the LAN in Vegas, the team will be there. I'm
yeah,
sure
just let us know and we can make sure we can do it.
Or at SI, if you go to SI, if there's fans at SI, etc. Cool. Thank you for being a fan, Jay, and supporting the R6 team. Shrimsy should get a pay raise. He would never dump Bizzle. That comes from Harry.
What was that in? Why would he dump me?
I'm not sure. That maybe we said something in the...
Yeah, it's been 3 weeks.
It's been a while. Dunny Side Up says, video idea, have the R6 roster play R6 IRL with Nerf guns against another NAL team. Beast Coast did something similar on their channel a while back.
I did see the Beast Coast video. Again, COVID protocols.
Step it up a notch. We'll do paintball.
Step it up a notch. We'll use real guns.
Oh, okay. That sounds illegal. Cal Fee says, "Hey, when do I get to be a professional tweeter?"
She's got to be the owner of the Soniqs account or the Soniqs account. Yeah.
I honestly, I would recommend, Cal, if you're watching this, I would, I think a good entryway. I mean, there's different ways to get into the social media side and the Twitter side of esports, but starting fan accounts and running fan accounts, I think I've seen a lot of people have success with that they've then used to develop into a actual position with an esports org as an intern or as a part-time or a full-time role. So that would be my suggestion, is starting a fan account and running a fan account. I think those have a place on Twitter. That's usually a pretty good way to get your foot in the door, kind of. Super is 19. We all know it. That's true. We do. David says, "Dude on the right sounds so much like Achieved." That's not the first time people have said that.
You look like Achieved.
No, I sound like Achieved.
Oh, I know what he sounds like.
I don't really know who Achieved sounds like. I mean, sometimes I watch his stream, but I guess he sounds like me. I will take that as a compliment. Maybe it's not. I will take it as a compliment. Are you from Liverpool? Pog asks that.
Yes.
You are.
Well, I live near Liverpool, just over the water on a little peninsula called the Wirral. Is where I grew up.
The origin story of Tribizzle.
There it is.
That could be a good document.
Big Everton fan, though.
Which is weird, because isn't Liverpool like significantly better than Everton? Or is that a touchy subject?
No, it's fine.
So why did you pick Everton over Liverpool? This is how
Everton fan, you don't pick Everton, you're born with it.
Fair enough. All right, that's all the comments. Feel free to send your lovely comments to this video, and we'll read them. And to catch up, we got some stuff to go through. I mean, right now we have teams all over the place. I mean, Rainbow Six is in Sweden right now.
Not anymore. Not on the way home now.
They're flying home from Sweden right now.
They'll be flying home right now.
PUBG is leaving quarantine in the next.
Happy birthday, James.
Hours.
21 today.
Big Tig, 21. What else? Rocket League. Well, they had a rough show in the closed qualifier.
Yeah. Well, we'll go over that.
Yeah. And
Valorant.
Well, they're doing their thing.
They're in Philly.
They're working on it. So yeah, I don't know where you want to start.
They're working on it.
They're working on
They just lost a V1.
True.
Seemed to be a close game.
Close. Yeah.
I think Dizzy had a bit of an off day.
Yeah, he did. Did we talk about I don't think we announced Intel the last time we published this. I think Intel is new to the podcast.
Is it? No, can't have been because somebody said the comment on the voiceover.
You're right. Very good. Okay, never mind.
So useless. I swear to God.
Okay, forget that. Intel has been announced. Everybody knows about that. Cool. All right. Forget that. We'll move on from that.
Well, let's just start with the update on PUBG. As I said, PUBG are in quarantine. Some of the players have just left. I think James leaves tomorrow or the day after.
They'll leave in like 12 hours.
Yeah. Pretty uneventful. They seem to be okay over there. I haven't been seeing like pictures of just like the breakfast pictures I've seen look a bit weird.
Well, I mean, the quarantine food is always
it was like mashed potato and like pasta.
No, they do that. You will get like a salad with like mashed potatoes on the salad, and I eat it. I mean, it's not that bad, but it is kind of weird.
For breakfast?
Yeah, they will serve you. At least when I was there for PGIS, they will serve you a salad of some type at every meal. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You get a salad. So I guess they're just huge salad people over there, and that is the thing because. I even talked to Sean about this because he's
South Koreans are huge salad people.
Yeah, huge salad fans. Quote me on that. Maybe I'm wrong, but from my observation, that seems to be the case. And Sean, the coach, I mean, he's from Korea, and he was talking about like the Korean breakfast is vastly different. They eat like a full blown like dinner. They don't eat breakfast foods. They're not sitting there eating like a bagel or like a pastry with a coffee. They're eating like smoked salmon with like arugula and like some type of rice.
Arugula?
Yeah.
How did you say that?
Arugula.
So they're eating like a main course dinner for breakfast.
Yeah, it's not breakfast food.
Who gets up and cooks that shit?
Well, I mean, not me. I'm pouring myself a bowl of cereal.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, say we grew up like, so I'm getting up, I'm little Darren getting ready to go to school, and like
You're making yourself
Mum's out there like steaming a salmon for breakfast.
Well, that's what I noticed. That was the case at the hotel too, because they had a buffet for breakfast, and sitting around, all like the foreigners were sitting there eating like bagels and like pancakes, and then all the Korean people are eating like what looked like dinner food, like full blown like salad and soup and stuff. I'm like, dude, how do you want to sit down and eat?
I'll be honest,
thing
breakfast
after you
food
just
kind of
woke up?
sucks. So,
you're like the? I thought you were like the king of the English breakfast.
yeah, English breakfast. Yeah, but you don't get that over here.
Yeah.
I mean, American breakfast. No offense to Americans, but your breakfast sucks.
I mean, we don't even. I feel like in America, we don't even try with our
Bacon in America has to be one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? How so?
When it's just like so crisp, it like snaps like.
Yeah, just like glass. Yeah.
It's like gross.
That is true. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, that's the update on the PUBG team, I guess.
Yeah,
Starting
I mean, they've
a
been
week from
scrimming.
Friday.
Yeah, they're starting a week on Friday. Like I said, there's no every world championship is just a bonus to us to go out there and enjoy it. I assume it looks like there's going to be contested drops this time. So contested drops means pretty much you're not winning. PGC. Neither of those teams are winning.
Well, that's what we said going into PGIS, and people moved. So
Yeah, well, we'll see.
major coping.
I tell you who's not moving.
Us? Really?
You know how stubborn Hoyne is.
That is true. They are a stubborn group of guys.
Yeah. So
Well, that just gives added drama to PGC. We have HOTDROP.
I did watch their tier ranking list over there. I don't know if that's come out yet.
Not
It'll
yet.
probably come out before this podcast.
It probably will be. Yeah.
Mime is hilarious.
Yeah, he's funny.
Mime is just so deadpan.
Yeah. He has a very funny sense of humor.
It's just like-
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched that video, go watch it. It's funny.
If it's
And
not out yet, it will be.
I think they ranked some teams a little bit high.
Like who? Oath and TSM?
Well,
Didn't they give Oath like A tier?
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They've been playing well though.
Yeah, but in NA.
Yeah, but that's like if you give saying like TSM haven't been playing well in NA, but did play well at PGIS.
Right. So I would give them an A. They're pretty good.
C.
I would give TSM a higher ranking than Oath.
No.
No?
No.
You don't think? I mean, to be fair, Oath was one of I think 2 teams to make the weekly final every week at PGIS, and then went on to do absolutely nothing. So that's tough.
But they got a different roster this time.
That is true.
Kickstart's a very good player.
True.
So we will see. I think.
Oh, well, what about our group? Talk about NA.
America. Team
Yeah.
America.
Yeah.
Group America.
I wonder if I can find those groups.
While you find it, I honestly, it's kind of weird how 3 American teams end up in one group. Us, Oath, and TSM, was it?
Yep.
But on the positive side to that, it's 3 people that you know,
That is true.
right?
That's true. Yep.
You know how they play. You've been playing against them all year.
Yeah.
So, not unhappy with it. I'm not unhappy with any group. PUBG is such a weird game.
I feel like, groups in PUBG is a little bit different than, say, like groups at like a Rainbow Six tournament.
Which we'll get into.
We'll get into
our groups at Rainbow Six tournaments, by the way.
because I feel like you can have even if you have a tough group in PUBG, it's not the end of the world just because it's like it's bigger and whatnot.
And it's 16 teams.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything can happen in a battle royale. Yeah, I think it's us, Oath, TSM.
Yeah, Group D. It's global. A lot of foreign teams. I don't keep up with like international PUBG. I just keep up with like NA. So I don't really know these teams. So Global Esports, XSET, GEX, Oath, Interforce 36.
Don't some of the Asian teams have just the best names?
Yeah, they have wild names. Soniqs, Multi-Circle Gaming, MCG. They were supposed to be good at PGIS, but they didn't perform very well. I think they're still supposed to be good. You have TSM, Game Home Hadong. I might be pronouncing that wrong.
Probably.
And 17 Gaming. So
Tough one there is 17, having 17 in our group.
because they're one of the HOTDROPs, aren't they? Yeah. Speaking of HOTDROP, we do have a hot sauce coming out.
What a transition.
Pretty good. Thank you. Yeah.
Somebody get this guy a pay raise.
Yeah.
Or a raise as Americans.
Better.
Yes. The hot sauce that we synced up with OG Pickle with. Pickles reached out to us a while ago. I think it's hilarious. I love it.
I like the label.
I think it's great. It's a lot of fun. It's cheap. It's a fun gift. Go and buy one. They're on sale now.
Yep.
If they haven't sold out.
I think they're
already.
like $12.
$12.99, which is
I think there's free shipping in America. Or is it flat rate shipping? I think it's pretty cheap, whatever it is.
No, I did. Did you pull a camera cover thing in
I
your
did.
pocket? Nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, it's fun. It tastes good, actually. I put it onto my food already.
How people have asked me, and I don't know how to answer it, on a scale of 1 to 10, like how hot is it?
I mean, spice is always relative.
Yeah, that's true.
I can handle quite a lot of spice. I would put it at around a 5, a 4 or a 5.
Compared to like Tabasco sauce, which I feel like a lot of people.
It's a little bit hotter than Tabasco.
A little bit hotter than
but
Tabasco.
It's a different. Tabasco sauce is a different. Like is like a sharper.
True.
In and out. It's like you taste it and then it's gone. Like a
Yeah.
hot sauce kind of builds up a little bit more than that. Yeah. So it's definitely hotter than Tabasco. It ain't no, it's not going to take the laminate off your floors style of hot sauce.
You don't have to use gloves to open up the jar?
No. It's good.
Cool.
I like it. I've had it on.
So if you're a hot sauce type of person, you'll enjoy it.
Or a PUBG fan and just want to, I personally don't know. The bottle that I used is, the one I have for myself, I'm not opening because it's just a little ornament.
Yeah. It is a nice little collector's piece too.
Yeah. And we might do more in the future. So,
true.
We might do more in the future. So definitely go and try that, although the link will be below, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, I don't think there's much really we can talk about PUBG until it gets going.
Yeah.
One thing we can talk about, though.
What's that?
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six?
Well, the last thing, we hadn't qualified for the major in our last.
No, we were close. We just hadn't made it yet.
We lost to TS. Who did we lose to? We lost to... Because we had to beat... Who did we have to beat to get in? It was Mirage.
Or Mirage.
And they were like 5... They were ahead of us, and then we came back and we beat them.
Still finished top. We were, what, third in the stage? Not bad.
And then TSM choked and DZ slipped in.
Yeah. The last second.
But that takes us to the major. I mean, obviously, we don't want to speak about Rainbow Six. Phase 3. XSET's going to relegation. I think they're playing Parabellum.
Yep.
Parabellum look good.
They do look good.
I think XSET will be okay. We will see. Groups in Sweden. I don't know what kind of curse that we keep getting here, but we were looking at the possibilities of groups we could get, and I'm pretty sure the one that they said this is probably the worst group that we could get.
Mm-hmm. And we got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Convenient. Yeah.
We got BDS again.
BDS. Yeah.
Let's be honest, they're pretty damn good. And then we get NIP. And when I seen NIP, I was like, NIP haven't been playing that well lately.
That's
they
what
had a
I
bad
thought,
Mexico.
Yeah.
Maybe they've slipped off.
No.
Because it was something to do with the recall changes, and they just and they hadn't adapted. It seemed like they were struggling to adapt to it. Yeah, no,
they figured it out.
Yeah,
apparently.
they definitely figured it out
Since
because
Mexico.
they slapping everyone off the map.
Yeah,
and then Invictus, who are playing with a coach, still a good team. They went 7-5 with NIP. They went, it wasn't like Oxygen, who unfortunately had to play with the coach, their coach, and lose their IGL as well. But yeah, I mean, tough group, and we just got knocked out today. It was a better performance than.
That's what I thought. I thought overall we looked better than we did in Mexico.
Yeah, and the first day was kind of bad. I'll be honest. Yeah. But like I said to the team, we really wanted to qualify for this major because we still have some really young talent there that's not played on international level, and it takes time, right? You're gonna it takes time. People play. It's quite evident that the players there were playing differently on that first day than they would have in NAL, and then they turned it around a little bit day 2. They turned it around day 2, and then had a little tried some close games on day 3 as well. So I would rather hit our final form come SI. I would like to see us have a better SI. But again, I'm happy with the way we've performed this year. Just a B. If you
just to make the major.
If we had said we'd go to 2 majors and SI, or 3 majors with US, I don't know if USN counts as a major, but 3 LAN events and SI, I would have bit your hand off.
Yeah.
We need that those players need that sort of experience. So I said, from what I've read on Reddit, the fans seem to be like, yeah, the Soniqs actually came out and played pretty well against in a very, very tough group.
Yeah, and I mean, we didn't finish in last place in our group. I mean, we did lose to Invictus, but
we went to Oregon, and I think it was just at that point it's just
or a Chalet team.
It's tough. I mean, it's tough when you're coming up against 2 teams who are very, very strong, like BDS and NIP. I would not be surprised if NIP goes on and wins the whole thing now, or one of those teams goes on.
I mean, FaZe looks good too.
FaZe,
FaZe looks good. I mean, not just us. I think most, I mean, except for SSG, a lot of NA just
Well,
struggled this
Oxygen. I mean, that sucks.
Oxygen kind of got.
It sucks.
Yeah, that's
I
tough.
mean, you lose your IGL and a player and your coach. I mean,
What can you do?
what can you do?
Yeah.
Dog Zero had a disappointing first 3 games, but then they came back and they won 2. I don't know if they won their last one.
They beat. Yeah, they beat the only team they beat was Sandbox. They beat them twice.
Oh, they beat Sandbox twice.
Yeah.
But what's going on with these groups? They finished 4th, and their group is considerably easier than ours.
Right. That is.
I
weird.
would think.
Well, Team 1 is pretty good, but I don't think Team 1's like on an NIP level.
Not right now. Well, they won. I just don't get it. Like, how it always seems to why can't we have like?
Well, maybe SI. We'll get.
But SI is
we'll
completely
get the easy
different. It's like 2 groups of 8.
Oh, true. Well,
There's a lot of games in SI.
yeah, you got a whole week worth. But I mean, a bigger group, more teams make it into the bracket. Yeah, true.
But yeah, I would say, Space Station. It was funny because Space Station started off with a loss versus Fiora, and everyone was like, NA was like 1
It's
win,
over.
10 losses. Everyone was like,
So here's what the quarterfinals looks like. It's NIP versus SSG. So NIP.
I think, but SSG could win. I think
They
SSG could win.
They could. Team 1 versus Rogue. I think Team 1
wins.
goes
Through there. Yeah,
FaZe versus BDS. I think FaZe.
that's going to be a barn burner.
Yeah. This one might be interesting. Dam 1 versus Sandbox.
Where is Sandbox from?
Let me look.
That they've got to be a surprise package to make it out of that group.
They're from Korea.
They've got to be a surprise package making out of the group.
You think?
They were in a group with us. So they lost to Dark Zero twice. They must have beat
Sandbox beat Vitality
twice.
and then Dark Zero. Oh no, they did beat Dark Zero once. Yeah.
So who did Dark Zero beat then?
I'm
Dark
so
Zero
confused. Dark Zero
beat Vitality 7-1.
They lost to Vitality 7-1. They beat Sandbox and they beat Team. No, they lost to Team 1. Dude,
He's so dumb.
Dude, okay, listen. The way they have it on Wikipedia is so confusing.
He's so silly.
Look at this little graph thing. How am I supposed to
pass
tell?
Just pass it to me.
What team won?
I will tell you.
It is so confusing.
You're such a doofus sometimes. So they lost to Team 1 3-7.
Yeah.
They lost to Vitality
7-1, right?
7-1.
Yeah.
And they beat Sandbox 7-4. But then that's only shown 3 games.
See? And then you have to go to the y-axis. You have to look at the y-axis on that dumb graph.
Oh, and then they beat Team 1 7-1. Well, did they?
Yeah, see?
Yeah, never mind. Okay.
I think.
Okay. If you hover over it, yeah. Okay, this is easy. So they beat Team 1 7-1. They lost to Vitality 1-7. They beat Sandbox 7-4, and then they lost to Team 1 3-7. They lost to Vitality 1-7. Wait, they get 1-7 by Vitality twice? Yeah, they did. Wow. And then they beat Sandbox. So they won. They ended up winning 2 games.
They won 2 games. Yeah.
It's not bad. Seems they had a bad first.
That's tough. You win 2 games in your group and you still finish last place in your group. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's kind of a bit.
That's kind of weird.
Our group had again, but if you look at it's funny because if you look at the groups, our group has the 2 teams with the most points.
Yeah.
15 and 11. 15 and 14, BDS and things. So Ninja Nip went 5-0-0-1. Who did Nip lose to? BDS.
BDS.
Yeah, it's gonna be a part. It's tough. It's just a tough. It's just really tough.
Are good.
I mean, no group. If I could have asked to be in a group, right? Looking at these groups, which group would I have wanted to have been in?
Probably the last one, right? The one with Damwon.
Damwon, Space Station, Team Empire, and Furia.
You think?
That's what group that you just said.
I think, yeah.
I know. I kind of would have.
I would want to be in Team 1's group just for the memes.
I think if I could have picked a little swappy swap, I would have taken Oxygen spot. I think we could have. I think Chiefs and Rogue were probably maybe a little bit easier than
probably
BDS.
Yeah. Yeah, you could probably win Group A. Not win it because FaZe is popping off.
Hey, we beat FaZe.
Coming second. True, we did beat FaZe.
A long.
Long time ago.
But anyway, best of luck to the rest of the teams. I hope SSG do well. Let's go NA. At least.
Go NA.
So we got to stop getting slapped around on Reddit. But hey, it's all practice for the SI, baby. True. So yeah, tough. Looking forward to the next phase. Looking forward to seeing what happens in the next couple of phases, because we've got quite a few changes happening. I guess
New season.
Well, we could talk about speculation going into the next.
We could make leaks for Super.
So have you subscribed? All the only real news that we've seen come out of big changes that we can talk about is that Zach stepped down as the CEO of Dark Zero.
Yeah.
And Don Kim came in, CEO of TSM. I've only met Don once. But yeah, what do you think about Zach stepping down? Do you reckon that's
it did kind of come out of the blue, I feel like.
I have no idea why. I haven't spoken to Zach in a while.
I would assume it was just to spend more time with his family.
Yeah, he's got 2 young girls. Yeah, and he's traveling to Vegas all the time. So let's see if new man at the helm. We know that Dark Zero is prone to making changes.
You think they'll make a roster change? Well, when is the roster lock up? Is it before or after SI? It's after. Okay. So we'll probably see changes then. But
do you think if any team's going to make changes, who is it going to be?
It's definitely going to be Dark Zero. They're for sure if they have a similar showing at SI as they did at Sweden, I think they'll make a change.
I don't think they did that bad at Sweden. They just had a bad first day.
Yeah, but I think they did bad. Because if they didn't make it out, they did bad. I think that's from their perspective. But
from reading the Reddit, I mean, this is the first time ever, by the way, that I've read Reddit and people be critical of Dark Zero.
Finally, it's happened.
It was.
Usually
honestly,
they're roasting us.
Normally, it's our fault.
Another team, I think TSM makes a change.
TSM, Beast Coast,
Xset. Well, Xset, it might be Parabellum.
They got some good players.
Yeah.
Canadians, though. A lot of the Parabellum players are Canadian.
Yeah, Canada has some fraggers coming out of there.
Visas to come to Vegas.
True. Yeah. So, it'll be interesting. We do have U.S. Nationals
coming up
in December. Yep. Who do you think takes that? Us? Major copium. We could. I think SSG will be the toughest team, obviously, to beat. But
we'll win.
Beat Dark Zero. That'd be fun. I think that's totally doable.
We beat Dark Zero, beat SSG last phase.
That is true. We did.
Easy. It's in the bag.
Yep.
Put your money on now. U.S. national champion. That would not go down well with 90% of the fans. They'd be like, ugh.
True. They'd be like, where did these guys come from?
There it is. Whatever. I don't know. It'd be fun though. I think honestly, most people will just will be tuned into USN for the relegation match.
That should be good. That's cool that they're broadcasting it.
I think it's a best of 5.
Really? Man, that's going to be all day. Wasn't our when we got relegated? That was a best of 5 too, wasn't it? Or was it best of 3?
It's a long, dark moment.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
I can't remember.
I'll never forget. I was sitting right there. And then we were watching on the TV over there, and I was like, this is just not good. They were playing in the room right over there.
I remember Super well. I do remember. The one thing I do remember from it, Super's face, after losing the first map or something, he did not look happy. He was not looking too impressed.
Yeah, I'll never forget that evening. It was just
didn't Super wasn't he telling people to wait? Was that then?
There was a lot of yelling coming from that room. I don't think it was just Super yelling. I think it was multiple people.
just yelling.
I'm just sitting here watching. I'm just like, this is not good, because the stream was delayed by a round. So you would hear their reaction 2 minutes ahead, and so you kind of knew what was going to happen from the round. It was not pretty.
I can't remember. I blocked that shit out of my mind. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
But look at us. Hey, look at us now.
Back.
Who would have thought?
Yeah, now we're going to SI. So
not me.
crazy.
I remember making that statement when we dropped that roster. I got lambasted.
Well, that was just a year ago too.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole meme of us looking for a team that had aligned with our ethos, and ideals.
I like the word.
That's why you came up with that. That was not me. I had a totally different message written. You were like, we gotta rewrite this.
It's because it was a message from me. You know,
right? You got meme for it.
And look at me now. Yeah, who was it? That Eminem, like Meet Your Maker or whatever.
Oh yeah,
or
true.
Eminem gaming some random British team memeing me. I'm like, oh. Well, look at I don't see you at SIMNM. Right?
True. I don't even know who they are. Who?
Well, but it worked out.
It did. Yeah.
And we have definitely had a more streamlined, less stressful year with Rainbow Six.
True. I mean,
they are in Vegas. They're outside our man.
Yeah.
But
I feel like they've been one of the least stressful teams out of all of ours.
They do this shit. We ask them to do stuff. They do it.
Yeah.
Gotta love Joe Bro, man. He looks good in those suits too.
He does. Yeah.
I remember I said to Joe Bro, I said, I don't want you wearing a coach's jersey. I don't want you wearing a jersey or like like Soniqs apparel on stage. Get yourself a tie and shirt on. and Joe Bro took it and went with it. And now he looks great.
Yeah. We should do it with all our coaches. Put Logic in a 3-piece suit out there and create
top hat.
Top hat.
The cane.
That
would be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's a testament definitely to the decisions that, the tough decisions that we made, and it's pulled through. Yeah, we haven't gone out and won every major, we haven't, we've had some difficult before, but we're there.
Yeah, top 4.
And people can say, oh, it's the format of the year, but there was something said yesterday on the broadcast that, maybe one of the casters was saying if Soniqs are a top 4 team in North America,
yeah, which we are, all 3 stages.
I mean, change the rhetoric, bruv.
Yeah, I feel like some individuals are still thinking of the Soniqs of like the 2020, 2019 Soniqs. It's like, guys, we're a year in an entirely different roster removed from that. So let's update our notes. Let's take a look at the team here. Okay, get some new notes in your little binder, and
little binder.
So we'll see.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm very happy with Rainbow Six this year. It's better than we ever could have envisioned or imagined. We said we were expecting a 7th or 6th or 7th.
We were hoping like top 6. I think.
We thought top 6 would be a great achievement. So look at us now.
Look at us now.
So hats off to those guys. Hats off to the support staff there as well, Joe and Lauren and Super in a way. And congratulations to the 4 crazy new people that we have.
Yeah.
Good on them.
True.
All right, should we?
We can.
It clicked in my ear. It was like
that happens to me.
It was weird.
Your jaw.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about, if we're talking about coaches, we could talk about Reed coming on for Valorant. That's new.
Zotac.
Yep.
Zotac and Jason. Yeah. What's happened again?
You're falling apart.
Maybe. Yeah, we announced obviously Reed and Jason to the roster. I like Reed. Reed's something that team needed, a little bit of leadership, little bit of structure, someone to go in and sort out any disputes or whatever. I'm happy to see how that goes. Valorant hasn't, it's tough. Valorant is such a tough thing to judge because and I have noticed this. Our rating, if you pull up VLR.gg, our rating dropped to like 15 something.
Yeah.
But we're still losing points as if we were rated at 17.
Oh. Right.
1700. Because this is a really, really tough thing in Valorant. Because obviously, when there's not really any like specific way to gauge who the top teams are outside of. I think VLR's that's what I use. I think it's great. But those top 8, 10 teams don't play in the smaller tournaments.
Right.
Like some of them haven't played in months.
Yeah, the last time Sentinels played was 53 days ago.
Correct. So they don't lose any ranking.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe they should have it so it decays over time, so people
True.
come out and play in the Nerd Street Gamers and.
I mean, those top teams probably they don't care. They don't care what their ranking is. Yeah,
I guess. But it's nice to but in the smaller tournaments, you lose a best of one versus a team, and then you just
some random team. Yeah.
all of a sudden your ratings just gone. Yeah. But it is what it is. I'm looking forward to what they can achieve in the next year. With their with Jason on the roster and Reed at the helm. They are at our new facility in Philadelphia, which we will be announcing later next year when it's done. Right now they're in the main floor, but I'm not gonna show anyone until it's done.
You gotta wait for that.
So yeah, I mean, there's not much we can really talk about Valorant because there's really not much going on.
Yeah, it's just these smaller Nerd Street tournaments. And then, I mean, there is a championship in LA at the end of the year, but we're obviously not in that. So we'll see you next year.
Well, yeah, maybe.
But for those of you who tune in, it's tough because I know you guys want to see them play, and most of these NSG tournaments, they're just not streaming
kind of annoying
games.
That, I think.
Yeah. Like the past 3 weeks, they haven't streamed our games, even if we've made, like, the semis. But we try and keep you updated in the Discord.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So.
I like watching the games. I mean, they don't even... This is the thing, is that they don't... For me, you don't even need to cast them.
Right. Just have it up.
Just have an... Does it have, like, an auto?
Probably not. I don't think
Well, let's have an observer. Like, have a few volunteer observers just, like, have the game. They don't need to be casted. But I just want to watch them, right?
Yeah.
So, hey.
Who knows?
Nights, Nerd Street. Just make sure all they're all streamed. I want to watch my team. I mean...
Yeah.
Well, we started doing friends list streams.
Friend list streams. Yeah, we have started doing that.
Well, we literally just stream like Iron's name and it says in the custom game and just updates if they win or lose around content. I mean, we could cast them, but we can't because we'd be cheating.
Yeah, true.
So. And then, God, I swear, I think I've yawned about 8 times during this podcast. I just like I've been on weird sleeping like so little.
Well, the Sweden major kind of screwed up my sleep
True.
schedule. I'm waking up earlier than I usually do. So,
but it's just like,
dude, my sleep schedule is gonna be cooked for the next 5 to 6 weeks once PUBG starts, because they start on the 19th, which is next Friday, and I gotta be up at like 4 a.m. every day. So I'm gonna be cooked.
just goes about 7.
Well, yeah, that's the plan, but it takes a while to just transition your sleep schedule like that. So I need to figure out how to do that. Either I just stay up all night and then I go to bed at 7 the next day, or I just slowly, gradually go to bed earlier each night, which is hard to do. So
that's not my problem, son.
True.
I don't need 12 hours of sleep like you.
7. I'm like a solid 7, although 8 is preferred, but it's usually 7.
I'll just go to bed at 2 and wake up at 4.
All right. Well, great. You can run the socials then. Perfect.
Yeah, do you want typos and everything?
I just have Trey do it. Poor Trey. Okay, so that's Rainbow.
There's a Rocket League.
Valorant, Rocket League. It'll be all right.
Oh, that was me getting some copium right there. Yeah. We didn't make it. We made it to the first 2.
Yeah.
We didn't make it the last one. We had a tough run-in. We had United first, who we beat.
Yeah.
Then we lost to Ghost, which is unfortunate because the 2 of them are our ex-players. You always want to beat your ex-players. Then we beat Torrent. Like, to get Torrent were a higher ranked seed than us. To get them at
3-1. Yeah.
Yeah, we beat them, and then we lost to
PK 3-0.
Those last 2 hurt, dude. The loss to PK and the loss to Charlotte. That 10-minute overtime.
That 10-minute overtime was killer. I was like, I can't believe it. Yeah. So
Rocket League is just some of those saves that happen in Rocket League
are
just
insane.
Like the balls just go over the line.
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they're still a brand new roster. They're gonna work on stuff. We'll see. I'm not really gonna judge them until next year when my plan for that roster off the go is for them to be a top 10 team. So we're still, we're definitely still in that top 10.
Yeah, and let's check the rankings.
Because we made 2 finals, so we should definitely be in the top 10.
We are currently 11th, so we're close.
Okay, well, who's ahead of us?
Rogue, Torrent, Ghost, Xset, V1, Envy, SS3, X True Neutral, G2, FaZe, and NRG.
Can I just have a look at that list real fast? It's weird that Rogue qualified for this one. That's why.
Yeah, that's why they gained one spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. True Neutral though, they're putting on a show.
Wait, why are they True Neutral?
They probably I guess they left True Neutral. I don't know.
I know where they've gone.
Oh, you do?
It's got to be.
Are you gonna leak it?
No, it's not a leak, but you've seen that like Courage was always tweeting all Rocket League stuff out, and now they're True Neutral. They could be 100T.
That would be big. I mean, I think it's about time 100 Thieves enters Rocket League.
The big one, I think the big story here. So okay, I mean, we had 180 total points. Oh, we're on the same as Rogue. So, okay, so 10th is 220, but that's because they made Fall Regional 3, which they were on 182. Wait, they made it? Torrent made it? We beat them 3-1 and they made it. Son of a... But yeah, I mean, it's annoying, like, yeah, losing to Charlotte, Phoenix, and Pittsburgh.
Nice, yeah. Tough.
OXG had a good talk. They made it too. They blew through it. Yeah, like I said, I'm happy that it's definitely a work in progress. Only how many teams go to the full majors? It's only 5, right? Is it 4?
I think it's just top 4. I think it's not a lot. Yeah.
So we'd see. It's still close up there, isn't it? Space Station, Team Envy,
NRG,
even X are a good side.
Yeah.
But you might not know as much about Rocket League as I do because I don't know if you look too deeply into it. But the story there is really that we should talk about is Shopify Rebellion.
True.
Because they were a top 6 team last season and they are down bad.
That's actually a very good point.
But they lost arguably their best player.
Oh, they did?
He retired, like he walked away.
Oh yeah, that's right. Just kind of random.
I think it's a beast mode.
Just like a couple weeks ago, right? Yeah.
And they've been playing like without him, they've been playing like hot doo-doo.
Yeah.
Now, he's a superstar.
Pick him up.
Where is he gonna go?
Or is he gonna go anywhere? It might just.
Well, I believe in his statement he did say there was some sort of team issues or something, and then he's walking away, but he's coming. He'll be back.
That happened to us last year with what was his name? He just kind of stepped away. Starts with a J.
Yeah. He's so bad. See, I drink a lot more than he does, and my memory is on point.
What was his name?
J
Russ. That's it.
Yeah. He messaged me not too long ago. I think he's playing again.
Oh, he's back.
But I mean, so sweet. He messaged me was like, "Am I okay?" I was like,
"It's been a year."
You're absolutely fine, son. Yeah. Get on this. But yeah, like I said, it's that'll be interesting. I've only just seen this that it says True Neutral. Mm-hmm. But didn't True Neutral move them from South America to North America? If they sold it to 100 Thieves, imagine it was. I wonder how much they sold it for. That's got to be expensive.
You think?
It can't be cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, so many questions. If it is 100 Thieves, that's kind of hype.
That is hype. I think it'd be cool to have one. I think that'd be good for the space.
But True Neutral just got a skin in the game, didn't they? Decal in the game.
Did they? Yeah. We shall see, I guess.
That's wild.
Well, let me see. Click on their...
on True Neutral?
Yeah. It'll tell you on Wikipedia if they dropped their org or not.
November 4th, True Neutral parts ways with AJ, Raiseball, Shad, and Argusome. True Neutral is formed. So it's...
They left?
November.
Yeah.
5 days, 6 days ago.
Wow. Maybe winner split. The team will be announced.
That's crazy. I didn't even know.
I mean, I guess you can kind of see the writing on the wall. But.
Why? Could you? Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, 100 Thieves have been teasing it for so long, so.
Dude, that'd be wild.
Or is Dark Zero? Hey, I know Dark Zero is looking to get into some different games.
I seen them tweet. They're going to do the most Dark Zero thing ever, right? And I seen the tweet the other day. They're going to enter CSGO.
You think?
Yeah. They're going to drop an absolute bank loan on a CSGO
There's no way they're going to see it. What did they say?
Someone tweeted out about Dark Zero CSGO.
Really? I would see them more in like a Halo or... I see them in Halo.
But thing is, I get a lot of emails from Halo.
Yeah.
Halo and Apex, every day. Right?
Yeah.
Has that Apex League started?
It has, yeah.
I've not seen it streamed anywhere.
No, it is. It's stream. They're on a break right now. I've been watching it. It's streamed on Saturday, Sunday.
How are the teams doing? How's our old
Pretty
team
good.
doing?
Our old team is actually pretty cracked. I mean,
Show me.
they have beaten multiple times. I think they have beaten TSM in like contests and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Show me the leaderboards.
Let me find it.
And
Well,
I
the
will talk-
leaderboard is scuffed, but I'll find it.
Well, Apex Esports is very confusing.
It is, yeah. Just battle royale formats are just hard.
Hey, Keyleth, how's it going? I'm just
Are you
talking.
talking to your toys over
Yeah,
there?
I've just bought. Did you know that I've just bought the whole Lord of the Rings Fellowship in
Really?
these? Yeah.
That's probably that would be nice.
All 9 of them for my new office.
All right, let's check.
You know how much I love Lord of the Rings.
All right, our team
That's synced and wicked.
Synced and Wicked. They have a new third. Android Dream retired, so now they have.
Monty.
Actually, no, that's not them.
Yeah. Sorry. So how are you guys doing?
Okay, Sinus is Tempest. They are currently they're 14th.
Let me have it. Just show me that.
They're top 14, which qualifies them for Split 2. And they have to be top 10 and be in playoffs, and they're halfway through the season. So
Okay.
here's the leaderboard.
Just push it over here.
Okay.
All right. Who are ESA? Why are they number 1? Esports Arena. They have a team.
Yeah.
Okay. It's actually quite a lot of orgs in there. That's surprising. It's surprising.
Yeah. TSM, they've struggled, but you know our boy Imperial Hal, he's been clutched up last game.
NRG Sentinel. Sentinels have a team.
Yeah, you wouldn't know because they don't tweet anything about any other team.
Charlotte
except
Phoenix, Lazarus. There's an org I haven't heard about.
Yeah,
Ghost
Lazarus.
have a team. Team Liquid have a team in 23rd. 100 Thieves.
Cloud9 is good.
CLG have a team.
Yeah, it's a sleeper. Apex is a sleeper esport.
Am I sleeping on Apex? Is that what you're telling me?
Well, I don't know. I think Apex. It might be. It's kind of a tricky. Because they just started this new esports circuit and all this stuff, so it is kind of new. But they are putting in like $4 million. So.
Anyway, so where was I? Yeah,
We were talking about Dark Zero being in Halo. Instead of
I think Halo did like those teams, the original teams invited to Halo. I think are like that. If I was going to do Halo, I'd have to be one of those individual teams invited.
Yeah. I mean, some of those teams don't even have a full roster yet.
Yeah, we.
Like, I don't think SSG even has a full roster yet.
Oh, they haven't announced.
Or they haven't announced it yet.
Might have it already.
Yeah.
I know they announced 3 of their players.
And then some teams have had a full roster for like a year. Like Sentinels, they've had like a Halo team for like a year, I think. Just sitting there, waiting for the game to come out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, I did see. I think it might have been Rob from Dark Zero tweet about CS:GO. It might not be him. That might be Bacon or someone else. But that would be the most Dark Zero move ever.
I mean, I feel like NA CSGO is just dangerous to get into right now. I mean, I think Cloud9 might re-enter. They've been kind of teasing it, and a couple other big orgs. But I mean,
we've said this before. I mean, if you were looking to get into a new game, just get. You can see Rocket League.
yeah.
Right? You can see it. It's going to get better. So that would have been my advice, but alas. Well, I guess we're kind of just ambling on now. We got 5 minutes until we run out of footage time.
Should we wrap her up?
We can wrap her up. We should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Everyone's
probably sick of hearing us talk. Right
just
now.
me and you with no planning.
We
just
got
walk into a podcast and just amble on for.
The average view time on this video is going to be like 1:30.
What is the average view time of our podcast?
I haven't looked.
Do people watch the whole thing? I want to know now.
Yeah, I should look.
Go on
It's
then.
probably like.
Let's let the fans know. This is how we close out.
We'll judge you guys. All right. How well have you guys been watching us?
All I'm saying is that if you're not watching the whole thing,
you're missing the good stuff.
you're missing the good. You're missing these weird moments like now where we're just waiting for Luke to load something up that our editor won't cut out because he's lazy.
No, I think to give him credit, I think Koi listens through.
Look, Koi's watch time of the video is less than the average person.
All right, let's check out the analytics on our last.
I'll let you know if Koi's listening. Koi, if you're listening, put a picture of Super's face right there.
Dude, YouTube analytics are like all over the place.
This is his job.
Okay, here we go. I found it. What do you think is the average view duration for our last podcast?
But what's our average length?
Well, the video was 48 minutes and 5 seconds.
And what was the average view time?
Yeah.
Watch time? 3 minutes.
3 minutes? 5:23.
Oh!
That's not
People
bad.
go through 5 minutes of this garbage?
Not bad. We even have a little chart. So there was a spike at 15 minutes and 23 seconds. I wonder what we talked about.
Do you break them down into categories?
We
on
do.
that?
Oh, it makes sense. Dude, the spike, so we had a viewer retention spike at 15:23, and at 15:23 was when we began talking about Super's age.
So,
So we just got to talk about Super's age, and that's how you get the viewers. That's so funny.
the clickbait.
Yeah.
All right, well, there you go. Stop skipping through the podcast. You're missing the good
Yeah,
stuff.
stop thinking we're going to actually leak Super's
I will
age.
say, in closing, good friend of ours at the Soniqs, good supporter of our streamers, Nedrick, get better soon.
True.
Hope you're feeling better, buddy. Yep.
Than's for watching.
Yeah, if he is watching.
If you are watching.
You
You probably turned it off after 5 minutes. So he probably isn't.
All right, well, that will wrap it up for episode 12. We'll try. Luke's actually moving to Philadelphia this weekend. So, hopefully he says.
If I can get packed in time.
Okay. I don't know how we're going to do the next one.
We'll figure it out.
Because it's just, all it's going to be in here now is me.
It'll just be you. Just talking to the wall. It's going to be like the dono wall.
I don't even know how to set this podcast up.
I'll coach you through it.
I'm going to have to bring Madison back.
We'll have a season 2 of the podcast. Once you get something figured out.
Hey, we could do season 2.
Season 2. Return next year.
All right. In closing, what did you think of Arcane?
Very good. Excellent. 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10. I watched all 3 episodes last night with Abby. We enjoyed it.
Episode 1, I would give a 8 out of 10.
Oh.
Episode 2 was like a 6.5 out of 10. Episode 3 was like a solid 9.5 out of 10.
So
Episode
I
3
spent
was
the whole time trying to guess if someone who was going. I was like, they're going to tell. Is that Mundo? Is the guy getting purple? It says Dr. Mundo, but he's not a doctor. That makes no sense. And then I was like, with spoilers, by the way, if you haven't seen it, screw you. When they put that, what's his name? The grizzly guy, begin with the V.
Vendor or something.
Vendor or whatever. Yeah. When they put him in the chair, I'm like, and he mentioned Zorn. I was like, he's going to turn him into Warwick.
Well, people have thought that that's what's going to happen, is that he is Warwick.
I was like, but then I was like, is that guy Swain? Is that Slyko guy Swain?
Yeah, true. Yeah. No, I think I like.
But then I did see a list. Sorry for spoilers.
Oh no.
I know we've only got a minute left. I did see a list. I did look at a website of all the characters that have shown up in the show so far.
Oh.
And obviously there's the obvious ones: Victus, Jace,
Victor's cool. Yeah.
Jinx,
Caitlyn,
Vi,
Heimerdinger,
Echo.
Yeah.
But the one that I didn't see, Singed.
True. They have said that. Yeah.
One of those. I think it must be the big guy. I guess
one of the scientist guys.
No, it's like with like the Slyko guy is Singed. But the one that another one that I didn't notice was Rise.
Oh really?
Rise was the one who saved the parent at the beginning.
Makes sense. Yep, that makes sense. Go figure.
I thought that was awesome because he used his ultimate ability to teleport them.
Boom. That's true. He pressed R.
There you go. Anyway, wrapping it up.
We'll end it here.
Maybe we should just
come back for season.
Maybe we
2.
should. We got 3 episodes coming out next week. We'll just do an arcade podcast. All right,
go.
Living on a prayer. Take my hand.